Africa Investor Today is proudly brought to you in association with Petro SA and Afrexim Bank.
Good day and welcome to Africa Investor Today, where we bring you business news from Africa. We start today with a look at politics and economy news. The 15-nation Southern African Development Community, SADC, will convene emergency talks this week aimed at averting a collapse of Zimbabwe's unity government. The mediation effort will be led by Mozambican President Armando Guebuza. Botswana's President Ian Khama secured a new 5-year term on Sunday, extending his rule after his governing BDP party swept to victory in a parliamentary election. Despite rising discontent, many voters do not blame the economic crisis directly on the BDP, under which annual per capita income has risen to more than $5,000. Gabonese Prime Minister Paul Biya Mba named on Saturday a new slimmed-down government of 30 ministers, including 12 from his previous cabinet. The 53-year-old Mba was immediately reappointed on Friday after Ali Bongo Ondimba, son of Gabon's late strong-arm leader, was sworn in as president nearly 2 months after his hotly disputed election victory. Stay with us, we'll be back right after the break.
Redefining energy means redefining life. At the Petroleum, Oil and Gas Corporation of South Africa, our commitment to greater innovation and greener fuels has made us pioneers in the field of gas-to-liquids technology. It has also earned us worldwide recognition for producing the cleanest fuels through environmentally friendly processes. That's how we've become the international leader in diesel technology. Through pure innovation, pure energy, pure brilliance.
On to banking and finance news we move now. Kenyan banks' lending rates to customers are likely to stay high because of long transaction times and legal fees. The Central Bank of Kenya has cut its rate 4 times since December last year to 7.75% in the face of the global downturn and drought at home. Officials routinely express their frustration with the high bank's lending rates. The Nigerian Economic Summit Group, in response to the ongoing reforms of the banking sector, is hosting a policy dialogue with the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi. This will be based on the post-consolidation crisis in the banking sector and will take place on Friday, October the 23rd, 2009 at the Nigerian Institute for International Affairs, Victoria Island, Lagos. A panel of discussants drawn from professionals in various sectors of the economy will lead the interactive section at the event. The financial services sector in Tanzania is gearing up for new competition from 3 West African banks. Nigeria's Zenith Bank, United Bank of Africa and EcoBank have received licenses to operate in the country. They have vast business experience on the continent and offer many services, including corporate finance and advisory, capital markets, asset management, sales and trading, and principal investment. We'll be back after the break with companies and markets.
Afrexim Bank is Africa's leading trade finance bank, an organization dedicated to promoting African trade through credit, risk-bearing and advisory services. We pride ourselves on having local presence throughout the continent and are committed to extending our award-winning trade and project finance programs to unlock private sector development continent-wide. We invite you to become a part of our vision for a strong Africa in a changing world. If you trade within Africa, contact us to support you.
On to news of companies and markets now. Kingdom Financial Holdings Limited and Meikles Africa Limited will seek to relist their shares separately in the Zimbabwean Stock Exchange after the demerger from Kingdom Meikles Africa. This follows a meeting between Chief Executive Mr. Nigel Chanikira and former Chairman Mr. John Moxon to find a lasting solution to the delay to demerge the company. As a result, Mr. Chanikira and his nominee directors Mr. Kalisto Jokonya and Ms. Busi Bango have stepped down from the KML board. MTN Group Limited and Vodacom Group Limited will be investigated further for collusion on prices after the South Africa's Competition Commission subpoenaed key people to provide information. The broadening of the Commissioner's investigation into possible price fixing by MTN and Vodacom came in the same week that they appeared before a parliamentary committee to discuss the slashing of the interconnection fees. We're going to take a break. We'll be back on news on infrastructure.
Africa Investor, the leading African investor Investment magazine is essential reading for investors in Africa, filled with the very latest in Pan-African investment and finance news. In addition, log on to africa-investor.com to find out more about our exciting capital market, infrastructure and tourism events, and our long-standing investable Africa Investor 100 Index Series, which tracks over $600 billion of African equities. Doing business in Africa, you can't afford to be without Africa Investor.
On to infrastructure news now. Mr. Edward Danso, Chief Executive Officer of Leader Systems Limited, information technology consultants, underscored the need for developing nations to make huge investments in information communication technology. He said such an investment would facilitate greater socio-economic benefits at the minimum cost. Mr. Danso said that time has come for developing countries to develop their own ICT strategies creatively on available experience to configure their technical and human resources. The authorities of the Federal Capital Territory Administration have assured that it would do everything possible to ensure that Abuja Light Rail project is completed and commissioned in 2013. FCT Minister Mohammed Amabu Aliro gave the assurance when he undertook an inspection tour of the $840 million contract project awarded to the Chinese construction company. The minister, however, warned the construction company that government would not entertain any excuse for failure to deliver on the project at the scheduled date, even though he said that adequate budgetary allocations had been made for the completion of the project in the year 2010 fiscal year. And that's how we end today's bulletin for Africa Investor News today. Remember to log on to our website at africa-investor.com for more details on these and other stories. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Africa Investor Today is proudly brought to you in association with Petro SA and Afrexim Bank.